What's going on, guys? It's been a minute. If it's your first time here, I'm Conrad. I help local businesses here in Chicago, service based businesses, run Instagram ads profitably and create content alongside of that. We have a school group with 28 business owners as of today, as well as a bunch of other resources on that end. But this video is not about that. That's the business side of things. What I want to do with this YouTube channel, which if you guys have been following along for the past few months, the journey has been crazy, especially on Instagram. I've been posting stories every single day, a bunch of video content, helping a lot of people make a lot of money. So that's all fun stuff. But with the YouTube, what I want to do is mainly two things. One is post long format strategies for local businesses if that is you. So that way you have actionable advice beyond just 45-second clips. And if you just like to see the journey, then I also want to document that mainly for myself, just to see um, how I develop over the course of time as this, journey goes on. Life goes on, time goes on, and if you're grinding and if you're doing the right things, you progress. So it's always nice to look back on something, and hopefully for you guys starting out your own businesses, whether that be local, whether that be online, you guys can at least find some inspiration from it, some lessons, of course. In February, made over 60 grand, in that month. And it's been pretty consistent. So just increased ad spend to over 10K a month. And I'm not saying those numbers to be arrogant, but it's just, social proof like, hey, we're in the game. We know what we're doing. So there's definitely some lessons to be made. I'm 20, so it's it's not the oldest age, and I've ran this particular business for a year. I've had businesses before then, but with trial and error, you learn a lot of lessons, and eventually you find something that works. And it really is about the effort that the person puts in. That's what they're going to get out. It doesn't matter age, experience, whatever. It's the effort. That's what it comes down to. But without me ranting too much, that's the main premise that I'm going to want with this YouTube channel. So actionable advice for local businesses or for online businesses, if you guys want stuff like that, as well as a personal documentation of my journey. Because again, I started this particular business about 12 months ago. And no, it's like 10 months ago, really. I launched my first ad in June of 2024. So now it's April of 2025. So it's what is that, 9, 10 months ago. So it's not even 12. It's not even 12 months, but been in the game longer than that. And obviously, over the last video I posted was like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, and obviously a lot has changed since then. Especially if you've been following the Instagram, you're keeping up with all the day-to-day, updates and stories and all that stuff that I do my best to document there. But I think these longer form videos have some merit to them as well. I'm able to just, I don't have to condense anything down. I can just kind of talk freely. There's no script to this video. I'm just talking, straight from the heart. And I noticed that that's something that's missing, and a lot of people, when they speak to me one on one, we go out for dinner, grab a steak. They're like, wow, like you actually have some substance to you, and you know what to talk about. You're smart about what you do, and just the approach to life. So, and then on Instagram, it's hard to display that. Again, I mean, it's condensed down to 45 seconds. So we're gonna be posting these longer form videos for you guys. I think that's all I really want to say. So stay tuned, subscribe. If you fall in one of those two categories, local business, online business, or you just want to follow along for the journey and just see how this develops, see how I develop as a person, and the lessons along the way. Of course, I'm going to be sharing those with you guys. I do plan to sit down, just unfiltered, unedited. Here are some lessons for you guys from what I've learned. Making a lot of money locally, in person and online, and kind of what we're doing on our end to keep pushing the ball forward, and it comes down to a few things. I already have a few topics that I want to talk about, so there's definitely going to be videos coming out on that pretty regularly. I'm not going to have months in between uploads, because again, just to give you an idea of what happened the past 6 months. So 6 months ago, I posted a video breaking down the local strategy that I'm using, and obviously now 6 months later, an additional 25 business owners on top of what I was already working with. There's a lot more experience there, right? So I'm going to be remaking that video properly for the people that care. but also the lessons that have been learned along the way. You know, and this is really just for myself. Like, think about it. 5, and I recommend any of you really, if you're doing anything of substance, you're trying to develop, you're taking risks, document it. Because 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, I'm gonna be looking back on this and like, wow, um, respect to this guy. Like, respect to my younger self. You should be proud of your younger self, and that's what I want to really accomplish with these videos. You know, so whether I don't really care if they go viral, I don't care whether they get views. I mean, they're gonna get some, as always. It's not like we're just talking rubbish here, um, but that's the main thing. Just kind of documenting what we're doing. That's what I want to get across. So, little update video. How long is this? 5 minutes. No, it's not bad. So I'll leave you guys with this. Stay tuned for the video breaking down the local strategy. Stay tuned for future unfiltered videos on lessons, advice. Some of them I'll probably structure stuff for, so it's not just me ranting. Some of them will be more structured. Others will be more um, using my free will, to say what I want to say. But beyond that, appreciate you guys. Especially, I think we're at like 250 subs or something like that. So I appreciate you guys that are supporting me, even way back from the AI tutorial days to now. Planning to update a lot of videos, upload a lot of videos, update you guys on a lot of things from fitness, business. And there's the first video I posted about was time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna record my business and fitness. Man, I had no clue what I was talking about, but now I have more experience. So those two topics, lessons, anything that comes up along the way. If you guys have questions or anything that you guys want me to talk about specifically, drop a comment below, and I'll make sure to make a video on those topics. As much as my time is very valuable and I don't charge cheap, I'll make it happen for you guys. So appreciate you. I'm gonna throw this video up and stay tuned. That's really all I gotta say. Peace.